If you worry about your motorcycle being stolen, because often the safety of a garage is not an option, you're not alone. In 2008, I got a motorcycle to commute to work. Parking it outside the building made me so nervous that during each break, I used to check if the bike was still there. On day 5, the worst happened. A thief tried to hotwire my motorcycle. The good thing is, my bike got saved from an attempted theft because I had a wheel lock on it. Maybe that was a little more work than the next easier motorcycle to steal. Cut to present time, I have managed to save all the motorcycles that I have owned in the last 15 years from getting stolen. There are only 3 main things that I do that cost money, but at the end of the video, I will also share some best practices that cost nothing but care and awareness. Number 1, locks. No matter what kind, just never forget to use an additional lock because that's one more lock to break than another motorcycle in the parking lot that is only depending on the stock fork lock, which is ridiculously ill-equipped to stop a professional thief. I will link my top 5 locks in the description that fit different budgets, and some even have an alarm system for some extra annoyance for the thieves. I like disc locks because they're easier to carry under the seat, easier to lock and unlock, so there's less of a chance of me being lazy about putting it on. But what about low lives like these two who pick up the motorcycle and ride away with it in a truck? And that's why you need a second line of defense. A GPS tracker that can be hidden in the bike. The better you hide it, the longer it will take for the thief to discover it, and longer it will keep sending you the live location. I use a SizzApp GPS tracker which has motion detection, so if strangers sit on your bike for selfies without your permission, you will get a notification so you can go and embarrass them for their lack of manners. I love that feature. It keeps getting charged from the motorcycle battery but also retains charge in itself even after being unplugged, and it does notify your smartphone if someone unplugs it. But I thought it might drain the battery dead. But the clever engineers have built in a feature that would stop drawing power when the battery reaches a certain level. It can also detect a crash and notify a friend or a family member about the crash location. You can also monitor how many miles you rode and speeds you did. You may not want to notify the family about the speeds, but I like that tracking the miles ridden each day also allows me to track maintenance within the app. The best thing about SizzApp is that the one-time price includes the device, the SIM, and the data plan. Price may feel a little steep at first, but it is definitely less than the cost and frustration of losing your motorcycle despite taking all precautions and locks. Use my code riderxp to get 15% discount within the first week of this video going live, and 10% even if you're late to the party. Thanks to SizzApp for sponsoring this video. But what if you live in an area or country where looking for your motorcycle is not the top priority for local law enforcement agencies? Then what do? Chase the thief? What if the thief is better equipped to deal with me than I am equipped to deal with their entire gang? And that's where your last line of defense comes in. Insurance. Even though in the state of Florida, insurance is not mandatory, I prefer buying peace of mind with a comprehensive coverage. If the bike wrecks or gets stolen, I get covered. But when you're shopping for insurance, pay attention to at least these 3 things. 1. Make sure your coverage includes collision and theft. 2. Research to find out how easy is their claims process. And 3. If they also cover aftermarket upgrades and riding gear, how much claim value do they associate with those? Obviously, motorcycle insurance costs a recurring premium, but small to mid-segment street bikes typically have a lower insurance premium than sports motorcycles and high-dollar motorcycles. But other than these paid solutions, riding and parking motorcycles in Asia, Europe, and America, I have also identified some free-of-cost best practices when I go to a motorcycle meetup or bike night. Before I start enjoying the shenanigans, the first thing on my mind is to park where I can see it. If I'm going inside the cafe, at least others standing around the area should be able to see it, which prevents a thief from messing with it in front of 10 other riders. If you're parking at a business or at a school, try and find the spot closest to the front or the main entrance of the building so that people coming through that entrance throughout the day would be a deterrent. If it's nighttime, I've made it a habit to park it in a well-lit location where thieves won't feel comfortable messing with the bike. And some believe covering the motorcycle may avoid attention. It may be good to protect it from dirt and rain and even ill-mannered strangers, but I doubt that sketchy dudes looking for a motorcycle to steal would find it hard to spot a covered motorcycle. If you have your own best practices, mention them in the comments and help the motorcycle community. If motorcycle theft videos make you wonder if you could do something about it, share this video in all your social media groups and you might just save a rider from those lowlives who steal motorcycles for a living. Subscribe to watch more useful motorcycle videos like this one right here. This is for us helping the riding community, one video at a time.